Very good evening. Welcome to Nations League Live on LFS for a second night of Nations League action as the international break comes to an end. Tonight, 8 games for you, including England against Finland is our commentary game. Also keeping an eye on Ireland, Greece and all of our other games as well involved tonight. As you can see on your screen, we're moving quickly tonight because it's a busy night at Wembley. Harry Kane becomes only the 10th England men's player to make 100 caps for his country. He made his debut 9 years ago in 2015 against Lithuania and scored 80 seconds into that debut to get his first goal. He's got one on to get 65 more to become England's all-time leading goal scorer, and now he's amongst a very elite group of England players that have made at least 100 caps. One of which is in the England coaching staff tonight in Ashley Cole, who made 107 England appearances between 2001 and 2014. The teams are ready for the national anthems, which is going to get underway, so we'll tell you what else is going on elsewhere. Hungary take on Bosnia in their match as well. Germany against the Netherlands, a big matchup tonight there in the Dutch land. Albania welcome Georgia. Ukraine head to Czechia. England, as I said, face Finland. Greece head to Ireland. North Macedonia face Armenia. And Andorra face Malta. Those are the games already this evening. We've already seen Latvia beat Faroe Islands by 1-0. But England in League B, they want to be at the top tier of Nations League football and going for possibly trying to win this trophy. They won't do that this time round, but they at least want to get back amongst the elite group in League A. They're in League B at the moment after relegation in the last campaign, but a winning start against Ireland at the weekend under new interim head coach Lee Carsley. There could be a new regime for England and a new hope that they can be a successful international country where they have seen everyone else but them do it in recent years. The last 2 Euro finals have seen England being beaten. They want to be one of the top teams, and it all starts here tonight with another game where they feel they should win at home against a Finland side who, yes, are a good side and have some very good players, but this is an England side that did, as I said, got to a Euros final, back-to-back Euros finals, after not making one before 2020. Lee Carsley looking to continue that good form with England tonight. Let's have a look at the teams then for this one. England start with Jordan Pickford in goal, no change there. 4 changes on the outfield side for England this evening. Trent Alexander-Arnold continues at right back. He's joined with 3 different defenders this evening as Ezri Konsa, John Stones and Rico Lewis come into the defence. Declan Rice is joined by a different partner this time, Angel Gomez, who got his first call-up for this international break under Lee Carsley at 21, went away to France and showed why he should be called up for England. He's alongside Declan Rice with of course Kobbie Mainoo on the bench this evening. Jack Grealish, Anthony Gordon, Bukayo Saka and Harry Kane and Mame are in an unchanged attack for England. Henderson, Pope, Maguire, Gallagher, Livramento, Colwell, Guehi, Gibbs White, Mainoo, Bowen, Eze and Madueke all on the bench for England. Just to point out, Levi Colwell or Kobbie Mainoo, if they are to make an appearance tonight and get a yellow card, they will be suspended for the 3rd game. For Finland, Hradecky starts in goal. They've gone for a back 4 of Adam Stahl, Arttu Hoskonen, Robert Ivanov and Jari Uronen. A midfield 3 of Glenn Kamara, Topi Keskinen and Matti Pelatola in midfield, and then the front 3 of Fredrik Jensen, Rasmus Schuler and Teemu Pukki, their leading goal scorer, starts up front tonight. And the bench, as you can see down the right hand side of your screen. For Finland, Mattia Peltola and Benjamin Kalman, who's on the bench, will both be suspended if they are to be booked this evening. Of course, last night we saw one of those happen, and we'll see if that happens tonight. But before, as the players being named, just show you that graphic there of all the players, the most capped England players in history. Peter Shilton still leads the way. Of course, Wayne Rooney, David Beckham, Steven Gerrard, Bobby Moore, Ashley Cole, Bobby Charlton, Frank Lampard and Billy Wright, all of those Centurions, and Harry Kane, as I said, joins that exclusive list of players. Right, we're going to be getting kick-off very shortly at Wembley, of course. The first game at Wembley for England since they were beaten here by Iceland before the Euros in the summer. And since their trip to the Euros final, where they were beaten eventually by Spain, this is a time for England to remember a manager that is widely regarded around the world, and Sven-Göran Eriksson. Maybe not the most successful England manager, but he had a golden generation at his helm, and he did everything he could to make them better. We remember Sven-Göran Eriksson. A great man and a great football person, Sven-Göran Eriksson, of course the former England manager who passed away earlier this year. Right, to the football then. England in their traditional white and navy blue trim, with Finland in all blue this evening. And we're ready to get underway. A couple of our games already this evening are underway around the games, and we'll update you on the scores and results from all of those other 7 games this evening, including this one here at Wembley. A wet Wembley, shall we say. And summer is well and truly over. And the weather certainly shows that, as Glenn Kamara will get us underway in a moment when the Danish referee does blow his whistle. Taking his time, of course, as per. And we're off and running then for this one. And a big night for England. A few changes in the squad tonight in the starting 11. We'll see how that affects them after their 2-0 win against Ireland in Dublin at the weekend. Jack Grealish and Declan Rice both getting on the score sheet in the Irish capital. And England want to make it 2 out of 2 to start this Nations League campaign. And tonight might be the perfect opportunity to do so. Elsewhere, every game is now underway, so we will certainly keep you up to date with everything that is happening around Europe this evening in various different countries, as England try and break forward with Grealish. Out wide with Anthony Gordon. Looks to go for the cut back to Grealish into the box. Finland, lots of bodies in there. So it comes back with Gomez. Of course, makes his debut this evening, Angel Gomez, after getting his first call up from Lee Carsley just a few weeks ago when that squad was announced. He was the big name that has made that burst into the England squad, a very competitive England squad, as we saw in the summer. Many incredible players just not making the starting 11 in the Euros, and some maybe disgruntled at certain decisions. Here's Anthony Gordon trying to work it into the box. Harry Kane was there, but Finland scramble it away, clear of danger. We have our first goal of the night, and it has come very quickly in that big game in the Netherlands this evening, in Amsterdam in the Johan Cruyff Arena, between the Netherlands and Germany. 2 huge European sides. It was always going to be a key matchup, and it is a goal early doors for the Netherlands. They beat Bosnia 5-2 in their first Nations League game, did the Dutch, and they have taken an early lead against the Germans. Tijani Reinders with the goal to give the Netherlands the lead. So 1-0 to the Dutch there. As Finland tried to go on the break there, but the referee felt there was no issues with that challenge, as England win it back through Rice. Of course, some big changes at the back for England. As I mentioned, 3 of their 4 defenders tonight didn't start at the weekend against Ireland, and Ezri Konsa, John Stones and young Rico Lewis. Of course, Lewis starting at left back this evening, has played multiple positions at club level, so is capable of playing the position. Left back have been a troubled position for England over the last number of years, with Luke Shaw with injuries for Luke Shaw, and Kieran Trippier not able to play, kind of, albeit tries his best, but naturally a right back, not his natural position. Rico Lewis can play that role. Here comes Anthony Gordon down the left. Tries to get the ball in, deep to the back post, headed across, and Saka was in the middle. And it's just cleared away by Peltola for the corner. Anthony Gordon making the most of himself down that left-hand side. Really threatening down that left flank. Got the ball in to the back post. Just see it again. Takes his man on. Chops back under his right foot. Chips it to the back post, and Harry Kane just heads it across, and Saka was in the 6-yard box, just couldn't get a touch to it, and Finland scramble it away. Gets England their first corner of the game, which Alexander-Arnold will take. Left hand side, right footed delivery, up in the air it goes, and hooked away that time by Teemu Pukki, who got back. Here's Grealish, Rice, now Gordon. England looking to score early. Gordon. Back to Alexander-Arnold. Now Saka. Harry Kane coming wide. Back to Bukayo Saka. And all the way back with Alexander-Arnold on the halfway line. England controlling the early possession. Switch ball to Grealish. Grealish cuts it back. Declan Rice eyed up the shot, completely missed it. And now Finland want to counter, but England had that one covered over. Again, Declan Rice, he was eyeing up the shot. You could see it from a mile off. He was ready to take the shot, and as he struck it, the ball just rolled away. He got no connection on it whatsoever. Here's Alexander-Arnold. Threading it through the lines. Ultimately, no one could pick that up for England. And Finland try and come away with it down the left here with Keskinen up against Estri Konsa, and Konsa does well against this opposite number and goes back to Jordan Pickford, who takes a bit too much time on it, gets away with it, gets the goal kick, but Teemu Pukki on his toes there against Jordan Pickford. Takes a heavy touch. It's really poor goalkeeping from Jordan Pickford there. Just showed far too much of the ball to Teemu Pukki, and he got lucky that it was in an area where they couldn't capitalise, Finland. Of course, Teemu Pukki, some Premier League fans will remember him from his time at Norwich City. Teemu Pukki, now 34, has gone to the MLS in the last few years. Joined Minnesota United last summer. After a long spell with Norwich, a 5-year spell with Norwich, he joined the Canaries on a free in 2018 and absolutely lit up the Championship. Of course, got some good goals in the Premier League as well in that short time that Norwich were in the Premier League at that period. Here's Gordon. Not done his very best in America at the moment, Teemu Pukki, but want to change and get another goal in England this evening for his country. Here's Angel Gomez. Stones. Certainly England dominating the possession early doors. 91% to be exact in the first 6.5 minutes. So to say it was dominant from the three lines would be a bit of an understatement in the first few minutes. Still only one goal around all of those games this evening. Netherlands leading Germany by 1-0. Ireland did have a call for handball in their game in Dublin against Greece, but the VAR quickly checked it and said no penalty, no handball, and I've seen it back and I would agree with that decision. So coming close there is a cross from Gordon over the head of Saka, picked up by Alexander-Arnold. Now finds Saka in behind, over the top he goes, and Harry Kane has the shot, but did take a deflection as he took that shot. Actually will be a corner to England. Yeah, Saka gets the ball back from Alexander-Arnold, tries to chip it to the back post, and Harry Kane just strikes right through it as it comes down at the last second and eyeing it up. Gets it blocked by Peltola. Will be another corner to England, which Alexander-Arnold will take again. Signal goes up. Right-footed delivery from Alexander-Arnold is punched away by Hradecki. He has the Finnish armband this evening, the captain. Lucas Hradecki, the Finnish goalkeeper. Grealish plays it in behind for Gordon. Gordon across. Well blocked. Back there by Hoskonen. A nice Stoll tries to come away with it. Plays it down the line. As Jensen tried to break away, and the ball has gone out for I think that was a Finland throw in. It is indeed. So a free kick, or throw in, sorry, to Finland, which Adam Stoll will take. There's a go down the line, well cut out by Lewis. Gordon picks it back up and goes back to John Stones. So comfortable from England so far in these early moments. Well, I have to tell you, recent meetings are not common between these two countries. Certainly not in this competition anyway. They've never met in this competition, of course, with it only being the 4th instalment of the UEFA Nations League. And their last meeting was in 2001. In March 2001, and England winning by 2-1 at Anfield back in March 2001. That was when Sven-Göran Eriksson was in charge of England. Call that poetry. Call that a coincidence if you like. 23 years between the two meeting. England winning by 2-1 on that night. That was the night that Ashley Cole got his England debut. And Ashley Cole, of course, in the England coaching staff this evening. A few storylines to be told there. There's probably a couple of other storylines with the fact that some of these England players may not have even been born in 2001. Not all of them, but a few of them might not have been. One of them being Rico Lewis. He was born in 2004. Still only 19 is Rico Lewis. Turns 20 in November. Here's Grealish. Now Gordon. Up against Stoll. Gordon, who's been very electric so far in the first 10 minutes. Very heavily involved in England's attacking play. Here he is again. So marked all the way by Stoll. Back with Lewis. Back to Gomez. Gonna spin it out to Alexander-Arnold. Nicely crossed, and the ball by Alexander-Arnold, not the best. Cut out by Finland as Kamara tries to come away with it. Tries to go down the left-hand side, and well cut out past Keskin in there. Down that right-hand side by the covering Bukayo Saka. There's a good crowd supporting the team in blue and white this evening inside Wembley. There's Rice battles there, but the last touch was off the England midfielder. Finland will get a throw in here on the left-hand side. The England head coach Markku Kanerva, 60-year-old head coach. He's been the head coach of Finland for quite a number of years as Teemu Pukki got forward there. Had a good opportunity for Finland here. It's from the throw-in. Flicked on round the corner for Pukki. It timed his run perfectly against Rico Lewis. Just tried to get it onto his right, and I think it comes off Rico Lewis, who got there just in time. It will be a corner to Finland. That was a really good opportunity for the visitors. Haven't really got much of the ball. 12% of the possession. And now they have a corner whipped in. Low, easily cleared by Grealish. I will tell you about the Finnish head coach in a moment. Here's Hradecki. Going to go over the top this time. Sending Keskinen on the run, but well dealt with there by Rico Lewis. Rice picks it up. Plays it back to Pickford, who certainly doesn't waste any time on the ball this time. And a good press from Finland. Forces England to put it out for a throw. As I was saying, Markku Kanerva has been involved with the Finnish national team since 2004. 20 years since he joined taking over the under-21s back in January of 2004. Then managed them until 2009 and took up a permanent job as the Finnish head coach in 2016 and has won more games than has lost as the Finnish manager. 36 games in his 83 games in charge. Their first meeting, of course, with England under Markku Kanerva. Didn't get off to a good start in the Nations League at the weekend when they faced Greece. Lost by 3-0 did Finland against Greece. Of course, a tough group. A group where you'd say that Finland are probably the fourth best side in the group, with England, Ireland, Greece and Finland all mixed in. They're not tipped to be one of the teams fighting to get out of the group, but you never know, anything's possible. That's the great thing about football. They're 63rd ranked in the world, are Finland. Ireland not too many places above them, or Greece. Ireland 58th ranked and Greece 54th ranked in the world. But England, of course, in the top echelons, the upper echelons of football. 4th ranked in the world are England. So it could be a close battle between those other teams in this group, of course, with the top place in this group going for automatic promotion to League A, and then second going for a promotion playoff in this group. Here's Anthony Gordon. Grealish. Gomez has to quickly move back to Stones. Now Rice. 15 minutes gone. England dominating the ball. Here's Alexander-Arnold. Now Rice again. As Alexander-Arnold picks it up again. Saka. Everything going through the Skyser at the moment. Stones. Alexander-Arnold to Esri Konsa. This is one of the big questions about England. One of the things about breaking down smaller sides. It's been something that I'd say under Gareth Southgate, England did very well in beating the smaller sides in moments, in games they should be winning. Breaking down those really tough setting, deep, kind of low block opponents. It's whether Lee Carsley can indoctrinate that and keep that fierceness against the smaller sides. As Gordon's cross again, well dealt with by Finland as they try and break away, as Kamara sends one long over the top, but it's just a bit too far wide for Keskinen to make anything from. And Stones will pick it back up for England. Still waiting on any other goals elsewhere. Still that Netherlands goal, the only other one this evening. The only one this evening out of our late games. Doing a bit of celeb spotting. There's Michael Owen in the crowd this evening. I'm sure amongst a few others. Harry Kane was kind of handed his 100th cap in a clear glass box by Frank Lampard, of course, one of those other centurions for the Three Lions earlier in the game. So there's a few well-known names here this evening. Anthony Gordon, cut back, finds Angel Gomez. Now Kane coming deep, spins it out to Alexander-Arnold, goes for the left-footed cross, but again not the best of accuracy as Stones picks it up, finds Lewis. It's good pressure from England. Alexander-Arnold to Lewis. Now Rice, back to Alexander-Arnold again. Was eyeing up the cross, but decided against it. Gives it off to Rice. England just taking their time, being patient in and around the box, as Finland just try and hold them out. And just stay deep and compact and stubborn in their defending. Here comes Grealish. Now Gordon. Gordon trying to spin his way past Stahl, does so, and the cross is hit straight at Glenn Kamara, who puts it behind for the corner. It's great from Anthony Gordon again. The ability to completely turn the fullback inside out. He's been causing Adam Stahl problems since the very first minute of the game. Constantly pressuring and confusing that fullback as England get another corner here. Their third corner of the game, all from this left-hand side. All will be delivered by Alexander-Arnold. Third time lucky as the right ball comes in and headed away by, or punched away, sorry, by Hradecki. Now Kane. Again, England's nobody able to capitalise on that moment. Here's Grealish under pressure. Did well against Pukki. Now finds Rice. Rice to Alexander-Arnold on the left. So taking that corner. Back to Rice as Alexander-Arnold comes further infield. Looking for options. Chips it over the top. And Harry Kane was there making the run in behind. It's really good defending by Robert Ivanov. And denied Harry Kane a very good chance at scoring on his 100th appearance for his country. Albeit, they're going to keep creating chances like that, England. You would say Harry Kane's 67th England goal might not be far away. As I said earlier on, it took him 80 seconds to score on his England debut against Lithuania back in March 2015. Here's Gordon. Rolls it back to Grealish. Grealish very central this evening. Blocked off that time, has to go back to Konsa. Through the lines of Gomez on the half turn. Flicks it in behind. Here's Harry Kane. And a great save by Hradecki to deny him. That's better from England, playing through the lines. Here's Rice again to deliver. Headed away that time by Ivanov. That was really good from Gomez on the half turn, and now England could be at the threat of a counter here as Keskinen comes away with it and he wants to go himself. Spins back, Keskinen just wide. That would have been a wonderful goal on the counter-attack by Finland. Just after England had their best chance of the game, on the counter comes Topi Keskinen. And Teemu Pukki does really well at holding and pushing the England defence backwards, allowing Keskinen the space to break forward. It does really well, but here come England again. The game's got very open all of a sudden. Gordon, Grealish, rolls it back to Lewis. Now Gomez. Can't find a pass forward that time, Angel Gomez, but Stone's there to pick up the pieces. Here is Gomez again, threads that one nicely. And Alexander-Arnold beautifully waited for Saka. And a deflection into the hands of Hradecki. It will be kept in, I believe, by Hradecki. It looked like it might have went out for a corner. But that's really good play in between the lines again from England. Almost a very direct Route 1 move. Angel Gomez into the half space for Alexander-Arnold. And on the turn, Alexander-Arnold just threads it through the lines. And Bukayo Saka making the run in behind. As he tried to cut it across, it deflected off the defender and into the hand. The left hand of Lucas Hradecki, the Finnish goalkeeper. As Anthony Gordon picks the pocket of Adam Stahl, but his heavy touch lets him down as Arttu Hoskonen defends well there. Just see Harry Kane's effort again. Straight down the throat of the keeper, but there's pure power behind that one. And then we just seen Keskinen's chance again as well. Got the better of John Stones, and Pickford was diving, but was just gone wide. Both sides have come close. Here's Saka. Delivers across. Harry Kane! But the flag is up. He had a shot on target, denied by Hradecki. And he's had that ball into the back of the net, denied by the offside flag. That's just offside, is the correct call by the assistant. It's a real good Simon diving header. And Lee Carsley initially celebrating, punches the floor. in frustration at that chance not being a goal. Just offside there, Harry Kane. Although VAR having a look at it, I don't think it's going to stand, because from the naked eye it looked very clear offside. But of course VAR check every single decision. The fans are certainly getting up for it. They are checking this, VAR. We'll see this again. I mean, the centre-back, number 5, Hoskinen's not going to have a problem here. It's Stoll that's the deepest player. And it looks like Stoll is playing him, or is not playing him. Oh. Actually, from the side angle, it might look like Stoll's left boot might be playing him on here. It's not. The check is complete. Very tight call. Ultimately, from two different angles, it looked like there could have been two different decisions there, but the offside is the correct one, and very narrowly offside is Harry Kane there. Stoll got a bit lucky there. His left boot was very outstretched, but just got lucky that it was offside, so no goal for now for Harry Kane or England's. Goal elsewhere, though, in Czechia this evening. Czechia against Ukraine. And it is the home side that have taken the lead in that one, in that group. Pavel Sulch has given Czechia the lead in that one. Czechia, who in their first game of the Nations League this campaign were absolutely battered by Georgia. Two sides who met in the Euros in the summer, and Czechia beat Georgia in the summer. Georgia getting their revenge after they had an unbelievable debut campaign in the Euros. So Czechia leading Ukraine this evening by a goal to 0. Well, certainly that Keskinen chance for Finland is a warning sign to England that you may have 87% of the possession, maybe you're dominating everything else, but on the counter, Finland do have individuals that can nick them a goal out of nothing. That's something I think England will have to be very careful of, because we saw in the Euros, I mean, I don't want to keep harping back to the Euros every time, but it's kind of the last kind of port of call that we can kind of grasp to kind of get a bit of context on these teams. But as Rice is stolen away from him in the middle, and the shot is absolutely blasted over the bar that time by Keskinen. That's certainly not one he'll look for in the highlights reel. It's a really good challenge in the middle, and it's gone right through to Keskinen, and he's got bodies with him. He's got Pukki making the run, and Pukki's made a great run. Probably the wrong option in taking the shot there, Keskinen, whether it was onside or off, or on target or off target. Pukki was probably the better option there, and Finland, as I said, throwing a few warning signs to England that there's still a threat in this game, albeit with only 15% of the ball. As Angel Gomez does well in sliding in there just to keep England in possession. The last few times they've been a bit loose in the middle of the field with the passing, England. That's a nice pass by Gomez. Finds Gordon. Now Lewis. Back to Angel Gomez. Nice started ball through the lines to Grealish. Now wide to Gordon again. Chops back onto his right. Finds Angel Gomez as England just keep tiptoeing forward a few yards. Here's Grealish. Tries to feint it into the middle for Lewis, but again well defended by Finland. Stones' header is a bit wayward, and Pukki tried to measure that one. Well, cut out by John Stones there and recovering, and England retrieve the ball again. But the point I was making about England at the Euros was quite a number of the goals they conceded, albeit not many, but the number of goals that they did concede in moments kind of on the break goals against the run of play, when they were dominating possession, when they were in control of games. They kind of did get caught on the break a number of times, and it can be something that the bigger sides can fall foul of. when they are dominating the possession so much, you can be caught out at the other end by a real shocker goal. Here comes Saka though. Chips it across. Well blocked to the near side, or the far side by the fullback. Urinen. It will be a corner to England. Still goalless in the other game in this group between Ireland and Greece in Dublin. Of course, we'll keep a very close eye on that one, with it being in England's group. And Finland's group, of course. And as well as all the other games that have still not got many goals in. Only 2 goals on the night this evening so far. Czechia and the Netherlands. Not many forwards around Europe finding the finish just yet. England corner on the right hand side. Will be Saka to deliver. Left footed in swinger. Konsa was closest to it, but Finland again clear their lines as Alexander-Arnold tries to pressure the forwards. Here's Kamara. Had a spin on the ball, just got away with away from Jack Grealish. Schuler's under pressure in the middle and has to go back to his keeper to sustain possession for Finland. Stall. Peltola. Stolen away from him by Angel Gomez, but the referee's going to give Finland the free kick here. Got a bit nervy in his own box there, Peltola. He's been going nowhere. I mean, from Gomez's point of view, you could probably say that he was going nowhere. You didn't have to kind of push him. You're giving the referee a chance to give a free kick, but from Peltola's point of view, I mean, that's really bad. To just keep the ball in that area under such pressure, not try your best at getting rid of it. It was good pressure from England though. 30 minutes gone here at Wembley. England 0, Finland 0 in the second of the Nations League games. Of course, these two will meet once again in October in Finland, in Helsinki, I think. The game will be in October on match day 4 of the Nations League group stages. Here's Grealish. Back to Stones. Now, Alexander-Arnold on the left-hand side. Back to Stones. As it comes out to Gordon now. Flicked in behind for Kane. So he has to spin back to Alexander-Arnold. Konsa. Lovely ball in behind. Saka! Across, and a really good sliding challenge there. Hooks it behind for the England corner, but that's a wonderful ball by Konsa. Beautifully weighted run by Saka, and he just tries to square it across for Harry Kane. And the sliding challenge by Arttu Hoskonen, the centre-back of Finland, sends it over his own bar for a corner, but that's really good defending. As Harry Kane was lurking in the middle. Another England corner incoming, of which Saka will take. Left-footed delivery, low this time, cleared away at the front post. Saka will get the chance to get it back. So he wants to take it on his man down that right-hand side. Almost lost the ball there, Saka. Lewis has to go back to Angel Gomez. England went short from that corner, but comes to nothing ultimately. It's Alexander-Arnold, now Saka. Back to Alexander-Arnold again. Gomez. Lewis. Now Anthony Gordon on the right-hand side finds Saka. Alexander-Arnold again. Goes for the fizz ball into the box. Finds Declan Rice. Cuts it back to Grealish. It's a good play by England. Grealish squares it across. Lewis trying to go for the 1-2, and Grealish almost got it, but good challenge by the backtracking Fredrik Jensen. Puts it behind for another England corner. They're playing really nice balls in behind England. And Finland are just getting that last-ditch challenge. Last touch on the ball. Just take it away from the England forward time and time again as they go short in this one. Grealish, edge of the box, the strike! Takes a deflection, will be another corner. Saka with a strike on the edge of the box. Took it short that time, and Grealish just rolled it to the edge of the D. Finds Saka on running to the ball, and the shot takes a strange deflection, goes behind for the corner. Once again, certainly a period of dominance. Well, the whole 33 minutes so far has probably been dominance from England. They're starting to really find those shots at the goal now. Alexander-Arnold, right-footed delivery, deep. Cut back by Kane. Beautiful pass. Finds Saka. Saka again from the edge. This time, miles over. Nowhere near the target that time from the Arsenal winger. Certainly been a dominant display so far from England in terms of the possession of the ball, but certainly not able to, test the Finnish keeper as much, albeit some very good Finnish defending has denied England at times. Stoll just about kept that one in, but then given away very easily there by Rasmus Schuler in the middle, and England back on the ball. That's one thing from Finland's point of view, although they have a few positives to look at here. That the fact that it is still 0-0 after almost 35 minutes. England get a free kick here as Konsa fouled. The fact that it is still 0-0 after just around 35 minutes is a positive for Finland, but at the same time, it's going to be hard to stay concentrated and deny England for a full 90. It's Gordon, cuts it back for Gomez. Gomez over the top, try to find Kane. Again, well defended as Saka gets the ball back on the right hand side. Tries to force one on the edge again. Cleared away as Gomez picks up, finds Grealish wide. Grealish cuts it to the back post. Too high for Kane, but free kick's going to be given here against the England captain. And Finland get a free kick inside their own box. Referee this evening, by the way, is Morten Krogh from Denmark. Another goal to tell you about has come in Czechia this evening, in that one between Czechia and Ukraine. It's being played in Prague this evening, and it is an equaliser for Ukraine. So Czechia 1, Ukraine 1. Vladislav Vanat has levelled for Ukraine. It is Czechia 1, Ukraine 1. As Pukki had the ball stolen away from him, but Alexander-Arnold deep in his own half has to boot it long. Bounces back for Finland possession through Hoskonen. Back to Hradecki. Into the midfield. That's good adjustment there from Peltola, as the ball was actually pelted towards him. Pardon the pun. Here is Peltola. Finds Stoll. He goes back to Hoskonen. Rare moment of possession for Finland. Hradecki goes long, flicked on by Stoll. Jensen on the run, but Stones eases it back to his keeper. We have another goal to tell you about in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam this evening. I said the Netherlands in the second minute. Tijani Reinders give the Dutch the lead. Well, the Germans are known for fighting back, and they have fought back again, and they are back level. Dennis Undav with the equaliser for Germany. In that one, a fierce battle between the Dutch and the Germans in that group, in League A Group 3, and those two on 4 points at the moment as it stands. With them drawing this game, they both won their first. Germany beating Hungary and Netherlands beating Bosnia on match day 1. It's 1-1 in Amsterdam at the moment as Harry Kane almost finds something in behind again, but Hoskonen got there ahead of him. Seems like England are really trying their best to get Harry Kane that goal on his 100th appearance for his country this evening. As Saka takes this corner, left-footed delivery. It's a deep one, but again there's a Finnish player on the floor, and the free kick goes the way of the visitors. Rico Lewis, the one penalised this time. That long ball stolen away by England again as Lewis finds Rice. 6.5 minutes of the first half to go. The first half it's somewhat flew by, really, to be honest. As the ball in behind, Rice continued his run. Here he is, Declan Rice at the byline. Does well to keep the ball in. Finds Saka. Now Harry Kane. Alexander-Arnold. Back wide to Saka. Saka trying to find Kane on the run. Kane looking for the cutback. The chip ball is all the way through, but I think the ball had crossed the byline before Harry Kane could cut it back. So a goal kick to Finland will be the resulting of that moment. It is just gone across the line there. Yeah, it does go over the line. We've got the definitive angle. Long ball there by Finland, picked up by Pukki. Up against Lewis. Back to Stoll. Now finds Jensen. Back to Stoll. Link up with Jensen, but nicked away from him by Anthony Gordon. And Angel Gomez carries it away for England. Here's Grealish. Under pressure though, as Grealish tries to spin away from his man. Does well to find Rico Lewis. 5 minutes or so of the first half to go here at Wembley. England 0, Finland 0. Grealish. Saka. Gordon. Gordon now finds Lewis. Rico Lewis cuts it back to Saka. Gone very centrally, Saka, all of a sudden. Here he is on the left-hand side, Bukayo Saka. Now Lewis. Back to Grealish. Lots of bodies on that left-hand side for England as Grealish tries to find Saka, but, well, closed out again by the Finnish defence, who have been really rigid and strong and solid at the back so far tonight. Albeit England have had a number of chances, but at the same time, Harry Kane's chance is probably the best one. Saved by Hideki as that ball finds Saka, who cuts back on the byline. Here's Bukayo Saka. Ball comes across, half cleared as Lewis recycles it for Alexander-Arnold. Just wide. Just wide by the Liverpool right back there, who is definitively playing right back, but still able to get forward and get those chances. And he wasn't too far away on that occasion as it bobbled with real pace across the 18-yard box and just narrowly wide of that left post. And Lee Carsley with his arms folded, or well, he did have his arms folded there for a second. Maybe a bit confused as to what's going on as Finland combine it well here. It's Keskinen now finds Jensen. He tried to cross it, blocked by Stones. Jensen can't get past Stones the second time, but he will get the corner out of John Stones, so a corner for Finland. The point I was making earlier on is kind of, I wouldn't say coming to fruition, but those points where England are still dominating the game, but Finland know themselves, they're still very much in this one, and it's nowhere near gone past them. Still level, most crucially. A corner here with a couple of minutes to go with the half. Lots of bodies in and around the box as Keskinen takes it, very short, very low as Lewis clears away at the front post. Not the best of deliveries, that. Finland have it at the back with Kamara. Has to go back to Hrideki. Tries to go over the top, but Alexander-Arnold heads that one comfortably back to Jordan Pickford. Right, goal to tell you about in Andorra. We'll get there in a moment because here comes Anthony Gordon for England. This is a good chance. Anthony Gordon, great challenge. Fabulous defending again. That last ditch defending from Finland has been pretty much impeccable tonight. Really good. Again, goes to ground, makes the challenge, does really well, the Finnish defender. As Grealish finds Lewis. Lewis trying to thread it in behind, but Angel Gomez, tries to pick up the pieces and ends up winning England a free kick right on the edge of the box. Right, goal to tell you about. Goals. Not goals to tell you about. We thought there was a goal. More than one to tell you about. There isn't. Let's go to Andorra, where there has been a goal between Andorra and Malta. That game in League D, Group 2. And Malta have taken the lead against Andorra. Ryan Kamanzuli has given Malta the lead. And I was saying we thought there was goals. Well, there was. The ball was in the net in Dublin. Ireland had thought they'd scored, but the goal not given. I don't know why, but it wasn't. I just saw that it had been disallowed. But it looked like Chidozie Ogbene was the scorer, or well, the supposed scorer. Still 0-0 in that one, though, as that goal for Ireland was disallowed. So England free kick here on the edge of the box. Alexander-Arnold and Grealish over it. Right, no more than 20 yards on this one. Very close. Is England ready to take it? Alexander-Arnold just high and wide. Not massively far away. He's already come close once tonight, Alexander-Arnold. And that's another one. Just a tiny bit wide. It's not too far away, but certainly no doubt that he has the quality and ability to find the back of the net from those positions. Does Trent Alexander-Arnold multiple times at club level, as we will have 2 added minutes at the end of the first half here at Wembley. We have another goal to tell you about in Czechia. The goals are flooding in as the half comes to a close. It's been a real goal fest in Czechia this evening, and Czechia have retaken the lead against Ukraine. It is 2-1 to the home side there, and the man who scored the first has got the second. Pavel Sulch has got Czechia's second of the night. I said double their lead. They're back in front, 2-1. As Pickford comes out with the ball here. Now Lewis. England want to try and get something before the half. Here's Grealish. Grealish now finds Alexander-Arnold. Looking for options. Finds Saka down the right-hand side. England flooding bodies into the box as Saka crosses. It does come off the head of Kane, but again slightly too high for the Bayern Munich forward. And it's just gone away, as we will have. That is the end of the first half. They did change that decision. It was initially 2 minutes, and they changed it to 1 minute. Fascinating. Anyway, half-time it is, and the first half where England have had the ball in the back of the net, but it did not count as Harry Kane's effort, as he was deemed to be just offside in that moment. They've come the closest with a couple of good chances in the game, but so far it's that Finnish defence that are the talk of the first half. Half-time at Wembley. It's England 0, Finland 0. Analysis on the way next. Do stay with us.
Catch me if I fall.
Welcome back to Nations League Live here in LFS this evening for our final match day of Nations League action for this international break. Our first of the season, of course, another one coming in October and in November as this Nations League campaign continues. But tonight, we're ready all the halftime scores. There has been one more goal to tell you about during the break, and there's been a big goal in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. Germany have turned the tables on that first half. They trailed after just 2 minutes through Tiani Reinder's goal for the Netherlands, but Dennis Undav equalised, and Joshua Kimmich just before half-time gave Germany the lead. So it's Netherlands 1, Germany 2 in that huge matchup in Amsterdam. Right, that is the scoreline there. Elsewhere this evening, a lot of nil-nils. 5 of our 8 games that we're watching this evening yet to have a goal in any of them. Hungary and Bosnia, both beaten on match day 1 by their respective opponents in the Netherlands and Germany. Now they're able to separate themselves from the other in Hungary this evening. In that one, it's goalless. The same scoreline between Georgia and Albania, as Georgia put 4 past Czechia on match day 1, but they're unable to find the net so far tonight. And Albania's side, who faced Ukraine on match day 1 as well, they are also not able to score. As I said, Czechia 2-1 against Ukraine. In that one, Czechia took the lead inside a couple of minutes. Pavel Sulch gave Czechia the lead. Vladislav Vanat then levelled for Ukraine just before half-time. Pavel Sulch got his second of the game to give Czechia the lead once again. In our game in Wembley, it is England 0, Finland 0. England had the ball in the back of the net through Harry Kane, who's had a number of chances this evening, certainly received the ball quite a number of times, but not able to convert just yet, as Harry Kane making his 100th England appearance this evening for his country, of course. So that's 0-0. Ireland the same. They also had the ball on the back of the net. Chidozie Ogbene. I'm yet to find out why the goal was ruled out. I will see it on a replay very shortly for you, so I'll let you know. But at the moment it is still 0-0 between Ireland and Greece. Same between North Macedonia and Armenia. And just one goal separating Andorra and Malta. Malta leading at half-time. Ran Kamanzuli has given Malta the lead. That is where we stand. Earlier this evening, as I said, Latvia beat Faroe Islands by a goal to nil. Latvia scorer in that one was Renars Varslavans, giving Latvia the 3 points. In that one, their first 3 points of the campaign, as they beat the Faroe Islands by a goal to nil. That was earlier this evening. So that was what happened there, and that's where we stand at half-time with a first half where I'd have to say at Wembley, England, I wouldn't say would be disappointed with the first half, but what I would point to is the fact that they've had quite a number of chances, quite a good attacking control of the game, but ultimately not able to break down what has been at times a very stubborn, very strong, very rigid, a very compacted Finland defence. And I think one thing where England have found joy in that first half is through the players that can play those quick passes or those crosses. 2 players I will pick out from that first half, Anthony Gordon and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Both players got a lot of the ball, had a lot of control, and were playing passes. Alexander-Arnold picking up the ball on multiple areas of the field, and Anthony Gordon off that left-hand side, crossing balls into the box, creating threat for England. That's where their 2 biggest problems and their 2 biggest threats have come from in possession. Ultimately, I have to say, all their players have been very good tonight, in the likes of Jack Grealish, Bukayo Saka, etc., etc., etc. We could name them all. But one thing they haven't done is, of course, as I said, find the back of the net. I think if they get one, it will only be a matter of time before they probably find a second. But they're creating chances, they're creating good moments, and they're dominating possession with over 77% of the ball. It's just the finish that hasn't been there in that first half from England. So a very positive first half. But of course, as you say, the best sides do find the net when they need it the most. When they're dominating games, you have to find the finish, because how many times have we've seen it top flight football at the top level in European competition, where a side is dominating every aspect of the game but not able to find the net and score from that position, and the other side that has been dominated and been barely in the game finds a goal from somewhere, from absolutely nowhere. I mean, there were one or two opportunities in that first half where Finland did have a chance of trying to take the lead. One, probably their best, Topi Keskinen goes on a massive run on the counter, and it's just after Harry Kane's chance where he had the ball saved by Hradecki. But it's really good play by Finland on the counter-attack. As I said at the time, Topi Keskinen goes on that solo run, but if Teemu Pukki's not ahead of him, making that run beyond, pushing the defence back, forcing them to face their own goal and track back quickly, he's not got that space to run. That's really good centre-forward play from Teemu Pukki, but again, a really good solo run by Topi Keskinen, and the ball just goes narrowly wide. He then has another chance a bit later on in the half. Keskinen, again, central, up the middle, and Pukki makes a lovely run across him onto the left-hand side. Keskinen goes for the shot, which is well off target, but ultimately Teemu Pukki was probably the option for the pass. He was wide open, made a wonderful run, but not able to find the net. So some good moments for Finland, and a lot of positives to take out of that first half. The fact that their defence has been so solid and strong, the fact they, as I said, haven't conceded yet, which is a positive, and are keeping a clean sheet at the moment, but also the fact that they're having one or two opportunities up the other end for themselves, because we can say, yes, your defence is really well, but you're constantly being bombarded with attack after attack after attack by the opponent, and you're going to wilt. It's going to fall. It's going to kind of fall apart at one point. It's very rare that a side is pelted, has their goal pelted for 90 minutes and doesn't concede, no matter how compact and how good your defence is. But relieving your defence of that constant bombardment has been something that I think has been a real positive from Finland in that first half, albeit England have controlled the ball and had many more chances. They have got the ball up the field themselves and are creating one or two opportunities for themselves, Finland, to try and relieve the pressure off their defence, albeit only momentarily, but it's better than nothing. That is where we stand between England and Finland at half-time. As I was saying, I want to have a look at this Ireland goal. I'm just going to see a replay of it in a moment, where Ireland thought they'd taken the lead against Greece in Dublin. There's a massive amount of chances. I think there might be an offside in the way that was called off, because I'm just seeing Chiedozie Ogbene making the run now. Ball cut back into the box, shot blocked. Just watching replays of that game now at the moment. Yeah, we're just seeing some good chances from Ireland there, but a very even game in that other game in this group, as I said, between Ireland and Greece in Dublin, which is also goalless. Of course, Ireland beaten by England at the weekend in Dublin. Jack Grealish, Declan Rice, former youth players for the Republic of Ireland national team, but got their goals for England against their former side, some would call, when they switched allegiances to England when they became senior players, of course. But Ireland, of course, haven't been in an international competition in 8 years. A new regime under Heimer Hallgrimsson, and Ireland holding Greece at the moment, or albeit could be the other way around. It's been a very even first half there in Dublin, but this group is going to be one where England feel they have a very good chance, or at least should be dominating, should be in control, should be winning this group and getting automatic promotion back to the top league in Nations League football. Because of course the way the League B group table works is the top side out of the 4 gets automatically promoted to League A, and then the second place side gets into a promotion playoff with the other teams in League B, and then the third place side goes into a relegation playoff against teams from League C, and then the team bottom of the group gets automatically relegated to the division below. So there's movement from all 4 places. It's a real battle and scrap for places in the groups this time round, and it's really fascinating, really competitive, really strong. And that's why so many of these games are so close at the moment, because they're finally matched opponents. England are the anomaly in this group, with the fact that Finland, Ireland and Greece, in terms of their international positions, in terms of rankings, there are only 9 places that split Greece at 54th place and Finland in 62nd place. between the sides in terms of their international rankings. Ireland 58th in the world, so those three sides very competitive, very close in terms of world rankings from FIFA. But England, as I said, the anomaly in the group, 4th in the world, but in the second tier of Nations League football, which is not where England want to be. But if they do win this group, they will be right back up the top with the big boys, where it is a close matchup. Another game that I'll mention, Netherlands-Germany. That's a huge game. Of course, the teams in League A will all be battling out for places in the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and even the final of the Nations League, which will be played at the start of next year. So we'll watch and see what comes of that later on to come. Right, we are going to take a quick break as the second half between England and Finland, where it is goalless at Wembley, is on the way very shortly. Do stay with us.
Catch me if I fall.
Welcome back to Nations League Live. The second half at Wembley on the way in just a moment. Just enough time to remind you that the third and fourth match days of the UEFA Nations League gets underway in October, the 10th and 15th of October, the next international break. And on Friday nights, domestic football is back as Hull face Sheffield United in the Championship. Right, changes incoming at half-time for Finland, which is interesting considering it probably a very positive first half from a Finnish point of view. But Teemu Pukki's coming off, and Benjamin Kalman is going to be one of those changes. The other is going to see Elmari Niskanen replacing Jere Uronen. So a double change for Finland at the break. Uronen and Pukki off, and Niskanen one of those to come on, as the second halves are getting underway elsewhere around the games around Europe this evening. And England held in that first half by a rigid and stubborn Finnish defence, but Lee Carsley will want them to come out in this second half and prove their worth in a sense and go on to win this one, get another 3 points in the bag and have them sitting pretty top of this group. It's a tournament that England certainly haven't been the most fruitful in since its introduction back in 2018. Of course, had their worst performance in a Nations League campaign the last time round when they were relegated from League A. And they certainly a campaign to forget for England, but a very different campaign this time round, and they'll be hoping that they can get a different result out of it. As here comes Alexander-Arnold, whips a cross in, but it's just gone over the head of everyone in there and cleared out. As I was saying, England only got 3 points out of their previous Nations League campaign. They were without a win after 6 matches. They failed to win any of their 6 group matches last time round in the competition. When they faced a group of Italy, Hungary and Germany, and they failed to win any of their games against those opponents, including a 4-0 defeat to Hungary, a 3-3 draw with Germany, and a 0-0 draw. They drew, of course, 3 of their games, lost 3, only scored 4 goals in their 6 games in that Nations League campaign a few years ago. But a new regime under a new head coach could lead them to pastures new and to different positives to take out of this campaign. Certainly one where they are well desperate for promotion and battling back to, as I said at the start, maybe pushing for a chance at getting to the finals of this competition in a number of years' time. By the way, in another game between North Macedonia and Armenia at the moment, I did miss that there was a red card in that one. Yoko Yazhkov in that first half for North Macedonia was booked for the second time in the space of just 6 minutes. 5 minutes, sorry. Between 5 minutes between his first yellow card and a second. So North Macedonia down to 10 against Armenia. The second half gets underway. Here's Anthony Gordon for England. Now Rice. Nice link up with Grealish. Tries a cut up across, does Jack Grealish, but well cut out is Lewis. Gives it back to Rice. Now Gordon. England starting to dominate early in the second half, but there's an issue here as Ezri Konsa's gone down, so the referee is just going to stop the game now as Declan Rice gets the ball out. So Ezri Konsa will be in need of a bit of treatment here, so that will just stop the game as he was in a bit of a challenge with Topi Keskinen a few moments ago. Went over on his right ankle there, so certainly not a nice thing to look at, but Ezri Konsa receiving treatment at the moment then for England. So there's the stoppage. One game not underway in the second half is Ireland against Greece. They're about to get underway as the Greece players coming back to the field, where Ireland thought they'd taken the lead in that first half, but more work to do for the men in green in Dublin this evening, in this group, by the way. So, and of course, before we leave you tonight, we'll round up all the scores from tonight's games and what that means for their respective groups in the Nations League, of course, as this international break comes to an end. Domestic football returns in a few days' time for at least another 3 weeks or so. Of course, the Champions League is back next midweek. We'll have 4 live games for you on LFS. A quadruple header of action on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday nights for the Champions League, so certainly not one to be missed. As Ezri Konsa's back on his feet, just be assessed on the sidelines, so should return momentarily. Ezri Konsa. The referee would just give a drop ball here, so an uncontested drop ball is the official phrase. The ball will be dropped by Anthony Gordon. Don't forget tomorrow as well, the LFS podcast live at 4 o'clock. We'll be live for that one here on the channel. We're talking about the international break and also looking ahead to the weekend to come in the Premier League as well. So do tune in to that tomorrow from 4. Here's Gordon. Darting it through the middle, finds Grealish. So he spins it out to the right hand side for Saka, who chests it down well. Nicely brought down by the Arsenal winger. Now back to Alexander-Arnold. Gomez. To Rice. Now Angel Gomez. Out wide it goes to Saka. To Rice, who will clip it into the box, but cleared away by Stahl at the back post. Lewis. Again, dominance and control in the final third from England. Grealish. Gordon. Just spin away from his man. Back to Grealish. Looking for options, finds Alexander-Arnold. Now Konsa, who's back in the action. Saka now spins it round the corner, finds Harry Kane, but well marked there was the England number 9, and Finland try and mix up a counter-attack there, and ultimately comes to nothing as England pick it back up again. No clear out ball at the moment for Finland, as here comes Grealish. Now finds Harry Kane, who cuts it back. And a bit of a scramble as Gordon now picks it back up for England. Grealish on the edge of the box, finds Alexander-Arnold. Now Rice, Declan Rice. As the shot saved, but I think the referee's blown the whistle for a free kick. He's going to pull it back. Yeah, I think the referee has just blown the whistle there. So Grealish foul on the edge of the box, so he's pulled this back from the Rice shot. The referee has just pulled it back for an England free kick. We have a goal in Amsterdam to tell you about in just a moment. But England had a free kick from a very similar position in the first half. Just narrowly wide by Alexander-Arnold. Will he be taking it, or will someone else opt in to take this free kick for England? A couple of candidates around the ball here for England to try and take it. Alexander-Arnold, Gordon, Grealish and Harry Kane. So there's quite a number of options. It is Harry Kane. What a save by Hradecky. Wonderful strike, but a wonderful save equally so. Tried to catch out the Finnish defence, tried to catch us all out there, did Harry Kane, but certainly didn't catch out the Finnish keeper. It's nice, the ball comes out to Saka. Back with Konza. Now Alexander-Arnold, round the corner for Saka. Back to Alexander-Arnold. Spins it across. Again, Hoskinen was there ahead of Harry Kane and put out for a throw-in on the left-hand side. They're really knocking on the door now, England. Grealish switches the ball to Alexander-Arnold, who takes it down on a dime, cuts it across for Rice, and the ball scrambling around the 18-yard box there as Finland try and clear it. Rice wins it back. Alexander-Arnold with a cross again. Hoskinen to clear it away again. Lewis. Now Gomez. More chances for England here. Rice. Grealish spins it in behind, but well closed out by Kamara. And now on the counter. Tried to come Jensen there, but well seen out, and England defend that situation well. But just see this Harry Kane go a shot again, sorry. It's a good save by Hradecky. I think it might have, don't think it got a deflection there. Come straight through, and that was a really good effort. One of a number of good efforts from Harry Kane in this game. Not able to find the finish on any of them yet, though, as here come Finland with a good chance. Here's Keskinen. Kamara. Back with Schuler. Does well to spin. Out of danger is Peltola. Now back with Hoskinen. Good spell of possession this. The first good spell of possession for Finland this half, as we have a goal in Dublin for Greece. Ireland thought they'd taken the lead in the first half, but it is the visitors that break the deadlock in the Irish capital, and it is Greece that lead in that one. And it is Fotis Ioannidis that has scored his third goal in 2 matches for Greece. So Greece leading there against Ireland in Dublin. Good for those, not good for those Irish fans, but for Greece, it'll be a great result if they are to win there. They would go top of the group on 6 points as it stands, if that were to be the case. England have a chance at competing against that at the moment, but at the moment with Finland's defending, holding firm, looks to be a struggle. Anyway, back to Amsterdam. I forgot to tell you about that equalising goal for the Netherlands. It is 2-2 now. Denzel Dumfries has equalled for the Netherlands there, 2-2. As here comes Anthony Gordon. Great save by Hradecky again. Incredible as Gordon delivers again. Again, Hoskinen was there and not cleared away. Harry Kane. Great reactionary save by Hradecky. Shot after shot after shot from England, and all of them being saved and denied by Lucas Hradecky. He's doing an absolute wonderful job in front of that goal for Finland. Gordon has a great chance. Well denied, and then the cross as Harry Kane! There's no stopping that one. A bullet of a strike from England's best. His 100th cap tonight for his country. Capped off with a wonderful goal. He's had about 4 or 5 chances, but Hrdecki wasn't saving that one. Rocketed into the roof of the nets. No denying Harry Kane. When you give him that many chances, he's bound to find the nets. 67 goals in 100 England appearances. Undoubtedly, England's best ever goal scorer has done it again, and has England leading at Wembley again. What a strike. And it's a period of wonderful play from England. It's a beautiful pass by Alexander-Arnold. Spots the run of Harry Kane, and he just completely sends both centre-backs completely the wrong way. Gets himself a bit of space and just rockets it into the roof of the net past Hrdecki. I think he comes off the underside of the crossbar in doing so. It's an incredible strike. And it was written in the stars that it would be Harry Kane on the night that is his night. He's certainly got one of the best goals we've seen in recent times for England and at international level. England 1, Finland 0, and it was only a matter of time. Here come Finland up the other end as Ezri Konsa defends well, and a free kick goes the way of England. But I have to say, it's come at a time where England have been all over Finland again and just pelting the goal completely. I mean, Anthony Gordon had a good chance. Harry Kane had another chance saved just before he scored. And now they want to add another. Here comes Anthony Gordon. Cuts it across. Here's Rico Lewis. Just wide. Another good movement by England. And it's Anthony Gordon again down that left-hand side, wreaking havoc. There's a really good cut back, and Rico Lewis just catches it with the outside of his boot, and it just curls away from goal. Ezri Konsa's gone down again, so that's not a good sign. Although he's helped back to his feet, but not gone down twice already in this second half, so maybe substitution could be on the cards here for England. Looks like Finland are getting 1 or 2 subs ready. Of course, they've made substitutions at half-time. Benjamin Kalman and Almari Niskanen coming on at the break for Teemu Pukki and Jere Urinen, of course. Looks like England are going to make that change. Levi Colwell looks to be getting ready, so he's going to be coming on in a moment for England. So Ezri Konsa has just gone off, so that change is coming now. Of course, Levi Colwell, remember, if he gets a yellow card tonight, he will find himself suspended for the next game. He's on a yellow card, so has to be careful. So Ezri Konsa making way, and Levi Colwell coming on in his place. That's 3 players now on the field that if they get a yellow card will miss their next matches. Matti Peltola, Benjamin Kalman, and now Ezri Konsa, Levi Colwell as well, as England were coming forward there. Up with nothing. Gomez finds Lewis. Passed to him by Rice. Now Angel Gomez again. There's Colwell. Stones. Across to Gomez. Spins it out to the left-hand side for Lewis. Takes it down well. Back with Grealish. Finds Stones. Alexander-Arnold pops it round the corner, looking for Saka. That ball was just bobbling away and bouncing away from Bukayo Saka there. Too far ahead of him to get anywhere near it. It's an absolute cracker of a goal from Harry Kane. Certainly an unbelievable effort. You could put about 3 or 4 goalkeepers in that net. None of them would save it. That's how good of a shot it was. As Finland make another change then. Robin Lod has come onto the field. And Fredrik Jensen is coming off in his place. So Jensen off and Lod on for Finland. So that's the 3rd change of the game. England just the one, of course, at this moment. I have to say, England, albeit dominating the possession, but I think a second goal is certainly necessary if they're not going to be on the edge of maybe a nervy ending here. Albeit, it looks like the next team, if there is to be another goal, it will be England's, it seems at the moment, as Harry Kane comes forward again, much deeper in his position, as he plays it beautifully forward for Anthony Gordon, who will strike it, but straight down the throat of the Finnish keeper, Lukas Hordeki. Have to say, probably one of the most popular and well-known names of the Finnish team tonight is Lukas Hordeki. He's been massively involved, made 5 saves tonight for Finland, so he's certainly been heavily called upon. Of course, the Bayer Leverkusen goalkeeper won the league with Leverkusen in Germany last year. 34, very experienced goalkeeper. He's been at Bayer Leverkusen for the last 6 years, when he joined on a free back in 2018. Lukas Hordeki. As Finland get a throw in up on the left hand side, it's Niskanen to take. Back to another one of those substitutes, as Peltola was the one fouled, so free kick goes the way of Finland. So over 25 minutes to go at Wembley. England 1, Finland 0. Harry Kane, of course, the scorer. Wonder how many people coming into this one would have put a bet on Harry Kane to score tonight. I mean, you'd be a fool not to, albeit probably not great odds. You never know. He certainly had multiple chances to do so. 4 shots on target tonight has Harry Kane, as the free kick tried to be snuck round the corner, but England quick to it, and now they want to counter themselves with Gordon. Uses his pace as he's absolutely hauled back there by his opposite number, Rasmus Schüller, and a yellow card goes the way of the Finnish midfielder. Really cynical challenge by Rasmus Schüller. Anthony Gordon had him beaten for pace tenfold there, and he just absolutely grabbed him and trailed him backwards and gets him a yellow card. And England a free kick, and in this break we will see another 2 England changes. Bukayo Saka is going to be the first. He's going to be replaced by Noni Madueke. So Saka replaced by Madueke. And the second England substitution is going to be Anthony Gordon, and he's going to be replaced by Abera Eza. So Eza and Madueke on, replacing Saka and Gordon. So straight swaps for those wingers, the Crystal Palace and Chelsea wingers. Alexander-Arnold going to spin that one out to the left flank. Well closed out that time though by Stahl. England pick it back up again quickly with Grealish. And here's Eza instantly involved. Wonderful footwork, finds Grealish. Eza, lovely combination as Grealish tries to cut it back into the box, cleared away. Alexander-Arnold now spins it forward. Madueke takes it down, finds Rice. Now Madueke again. Noni Madueke trying to work the space, but not given much space as the ball deflected straight into the hands of Fredeki, who reacted well, but it was good endeavour from Noni Madueke. Didn't give up on the chance and did his very best to eke the tiniest bit of space. Did get the shot off in the end. Fredeki goes long, brought down by Niskanen. Again, that ball forward blocked away by Alexander-Arnold. Now Rice. It's Alexander-Arnold again. Darts one forward. Lovely ball for Eza. Couldn't get it past Fredeki. What a ball by Alexander-Arnold again. Pulling out the best of his passes. He has been nowhere near marked at all night. And he is punishing Finland every single time he gets on the ball. He is pinging passes left, right and centre all around the pitch. And Finland are doing absolutely nothing to stop him at the minute. And that would have been another wonderful chance for Alexander-Arnold to help out Abere Eze. Good goalkeeping by Herdeki. Completely smothered the ball from Abere Eze. There's Alexander-Arnold credited with the assist for Harry Kane's goal. He played the pass to Harry Kane. Of course. Stones. Back it comes to Colwell. Now Lewis. Back to John Stones. To Trent Alexander-Arnold. Gomez. Finds it to Alexander-Arnold again. Now Colwell. Colwell goes down the left flank. Finds Eze. Now the run of Grealish. Up against Hoskonen. Cuts it back to Grealish. Now finds Eze again. Gomez. To Colwell. Stones. England just dominating possession even more now. 76% of the ball over the full almost 70 minutes of the game. Similar between the first and the second halves. Here's Abere Eze. Chips it over the top, and Noni Madueke was there, but the header couldn't really make much of it. There, Noni Madueke, and it ends up into the hands again of Herdeki. Not directly though. Good cross by Eze. Good run by Madueke, and ultimately Niskanen was there and didn't make too much proactive action. It kind of bounced off Niskanen's head and into the hands of Herdeki. England certainly pushing for a second. And the quality of those substitutions in Abere Eze and Noni Madueke already making their impact in this game. That was one of the criticisms of the previous regime of England, was not making in-game decisions well enough. Substitutions coming too late for them to make an impact, too late to kind of make a difference in the game. And already seeing only a couple of minutes into the on the pitch in Abere Eze, and Noni Madueke already making an impact. Alexander-Arnold to Angel Gomez. 20 minutes or so to go. England 1, Finland 0. Here's Rice. Out to the left finds Lewis. Now flick forward for Grealish. In the box comes Grealish. Held off on that right hand side again. Grealish not giving up on the moment. Still keeps the ball. Has to come back with it though. To Colwell. Did really well to keep the ball. As the ball's found Alexander-Arnold again, who chips one into the box again, but Hoskonen to clear. Back to Alexander-Arnold. Gomez. Colwell to Rice. England still probing in and around the box. Here's Eze. Back to Gomez again. Very congested 18-yard box of Finland. Kane to Stones. Across to Colwell. To Eze. Again, nice challenge out there, but England not much threat from the counter there as Alexander-Arnold picks it up again. Looking for options again. No pressure on the ball at all from Finland. They've just given up on pressing. Sitting deep as here comes Noni Madueke. Going to spin his way through. Does well at Noni Madueke. He's got Alexander-Arnold in support, but as he tried to spin through, the two markers there of Finland defended him well as Alexander-Arnold picks it back up again. So there's runners there, but he didn't take that option. Goes across to Rice. We have more details to tell you. There's been a goal in Albania. We'll get there in a moment. Grealish. Back to Stones. Hey, Alexander-Arnold again. England calm in possession at the moment, but darting the ball around. And I do tell you, Georgia did put 4 past Czechia on match day 1. Got off to a winning start, and they want to add make it 2 wins from 2 as Alexander-Arnold's cross is over the bar from Aberieza. As I was saying, Georgia looking to make it 2 wins out of 2, and they have taken the lead against Albania this evening. A really good start to the campaign for the Georgians, and they look to be making it, as I said, 2 wins from 2, 6 points out of 6. Georgi Kosherashvili is the scorer there for Georgia. It is Albania 0, Georgia 1. That's in the same group, of course, as Czechia and Ukraine, and it would mean Czechia would be Georgia, would be top of that group as it stands, with results going the way they are. Two games without a goal this evening. Hungary, Bosnia, and North Macedonia, Armenia. And just as I say that, the 10-man North Macedonia, I believe, from what I hear, they have just taken the lead. That would be some scoreline if they were to take the lead, down to 10 before the start of the second half, at the end of the first half, and they have. They've taken the lead with just 20 minutes to go. Enes Bardi has given North Macedonia the lead, so it is 1-0 to the hosts, who are down to 10. Here's Rice, finds Grealish, now for Eza, who couldn't swipe the ball towards goal. Cleared away again. Here's Angel Gomez, now to Eza. Eza with a curler, well, it's gone wide. Certainly a ball of energy is Eza. Since coming on the field, he's had a number of chances, and that one probably one of his best opportunities in terms of positionally. He couldn't make the most of it in the end there. Well, as I said, only one game now without a goal. Hungary against Bosnia, two sides who were beaten on match day 1 of their group against Germany and the Netherlands. A Hungary side who certainly had a disappointing Euros, a pretty harsh Euros that they were knocked out of before the knockout stages. They did get third in their group, but were one of the 2 sides that finished third in their groups in the Euros, but did not find a place in the final 16 ultimately. And at the moment they are pushing with having 3 times more chances than Bosnia, but it is still goalless between Hungary and Bosnia there in Budapest. Here's Madueke. Skips past the challenge of Niskanen. Beautifully weighted ball by Alexander-Arnold. Madueke in the shot! And the goal from Harry Kane. 2 from 2 on the night for England's number 9. And that is a wonderful goal. A beautiful team goal from England's full-back to winger to striker. And England double their lead with 15 minutes to go. Harry Kane just sweeping it into the far left corner. As cool and as calm as you like. And you never know, he's on a hat-trick now. What a way it would be to mark your century of appearances for your country. With a hat-trick, you wouldn't put it past him anyway. But it's, again, really good from Noni Madueke wide. Does really well to keep the ball. Gets it to Alexander-Arnold, and you know what's going to happen next. The winger gives it back to the full-back and goes on a run. Alexander-Arnold just threads it through the lines beautifully. Perfect weighted to Noni Madueke, who just cuts it across the 18-yard box, waiting for Harry Kane, who sweeps it with his right boot well past Radecki into the left netting. And it's a lovely goal. And England lead by 2-0. He's certainly got one record under his belt, Harry Kane. In terms of the number of goals, he's England's all-time top scorer. But he's going for that all-time appearance record. He's only 25 appearances away. Peter Shilton, the most capped England player in history, has 125 caps. It is not without out of Harry Kane's reach. He's at the 100 mark. Only another 25 to go. Albeit, some players don't even make 25 country appearances in their careers. But when you're the best, or one of the best to ever do it, in Harry Kane for his country, he has certainly got to 100. And his next target is that record. And you wouldn't put it past him to find it. Pickford sends it long, and there's two threats there, and Madueke and Eza, but Radecki cleared it cleanly. As Rice does well to take it down to Harry Kane in the middle. Kane can't just score them. Plays a lovely ball forward to Noni Madueke. Here's Madueke. England gets another chance, has the shot blocked. Cuts to the back post. Lewis. Now Eza. Again, well charged down by Finland, but England trying to add insult to injury of Finland here. Really desperate to add more goals on the night. And it was Harry Kane that set up that attacking move. He's finished off two very good moves from England. Now having fun out there is the England number 9. As again they try and dart that ball up the middle. That time it was Grealish and couldn't quite find Eza on that occasion. There's going to be another double change incoming here for England. Jared Bowen and Mark Gurhey going to be coming on. So John Stones is going to make way. So he'll be replaced by Mark Gurhey. And it won't be a hat-trick, but it'll certainly be 2 goals on his 100th appearance for Harry Kane. 2 of the very best. That first goal will go down in the highlights reels for years to come. It's one of the best. And it's certainly one not to be forgotten very, very quickly anyway. And Jared Bowen is going to come on and replace Harry Kane. A memorable night for England's striker and captain. Jared Bowen, a fierce striker in himself. Rice. Well, with just over 10 minutes to go, England cruising to another 3 points here in the Nations League. This time they want to be adding more to their tally. Elsewhere in this group, Ireland again trailing at home to Greece, 1-0 down at the moment with around 15 minutes to go in that one, so still time for a result to change there. There's been a third goal in the game between Czechia and Ukraine. A third goal for Czechia incoming, the 4th goal of the game that is. Czechia have now lead by 3-1. Thomas Souček from the penalty spot has added to Czechia's lead, so they lead by 3-1. And elsewhere there's a few scorelines in the balance. 2 draws on the cards as well in League A Group 3 between Hungary, Bosnia and Netherlands-Germany. Netherlands-Germany, the highest scoring game of the night, 2-2, both sides scoring 2 goals. So a very competitive, close one. But as we enter the final 10 minutes of all these games, anything can happen late on. As Felipe in the chat says, I hope Premier League teams notice John Arias from Fluminense. He is great and I want him to be happy. Hugs from Brazil. Thanks for your support, Felipe. Great to have you with us. I'll certainly have to look up that player, John Arias. Can't say I've ever heard of him, but I'll have to have a look and let you know. Here's Alexander Arnold. Rice. Less than 10 minutes to go, as I said. England 2, Finland 0. Harry Kane with both goals. Number of England chances for many players tonight. 21 shots in total for England so far. So no question as to who's been the dominant side, if the scoreline didn't already show that. But Finland, to be honest, I wouldn't say that we'll be massively disappointed with their performance tonight. A very strong first half performance, but England's quality has shone through again, and the amazing depth in their quality. As here comes Eza, another one of those off the bench, and that's cleared away again by Finland from the cut back. I have to say, Eza certainly making a claim to try and start one of these games to come. Abere Eza, because he's been a bright spark since coming onto the field. Very heavily involved as the Crystal Palace man. Lewis. Back round the corner by Colwell. Now Alexander-Arnold. There's that spin that one out to the far side for Grealish, but that time a rare occasion where one of our Alexander-Arnold's passes don't find their target. A very rare occasion, especially tonight. Well, he's been heavily involved in both goals. If anybody believes in a pre-assist, he has that too. It's a new thing in the game. Pre-assists, the assist before, the pass before the assist. So Noni Madueke gets the assist for the second goal, but Alexander-Arnold gets the pre-assist. If that means anything. Alexander-Arnold did set up the first one, got the assist for the first one. So, and kind of a point. I wouldn't say a point to prove, but a point to make of why he has played the vast majority of his career at right back. Alexander-Arnold tonight has proven it again, as it did at the weekend against Ireland. Both games he's been heavily involved in the game, passing the ball at will from a deep right back position. I mean, he is probably one of the best in the world at doing that from that position. And he was moved into midfield, moved into weird positions in the summer and last season at Liverpool. But he's best when he is playing at right back in that role, and when he can overlap and play with a bit of freedom on the field. That is when he shows off his best qualities out of Trent Alexander-Arnold. And again, we've seen it tonight. It's not the only one, but of course one of those kind of key figures in the attacking phases for England this evening, and an absolute gem of a footballer. It was criminal that he didn't get into the game previously, or wasn't in previous England squads, but certainly given his dues over the last few years, and certainly deservedly so. As here he is again, Alexander-Arnold darts it through the middle, finds Grealish. Now here comes Noni Madueke. This is a good chance again from England. Madueke cuts it back for Rice. Again, no space to break through as Alexander-Arnold again on the ball. Does find Rice again. 5 minutes or so to go. Gehi back to Colwell. Certainly pretty comfortable start for Lee Carsley it would be as interim head coach, albeit not the permanent job, but of course did in an interview over the last few days said that he trusts the FA to make the right decision, as Hideki makes a strange pass there as Madueke tried to sneak that one in behind, but that was certainly not a sneak of a pass. It was easily watched and well gathered by Hideki, who had his mistake go unpunished on that occasion. But as I was saying, Lee Carsley did say in an interview in the last few days that he trusts the FA to make the right decision on a permanent England head coach, and at the moment he's certainly not doing himself any harm in maybe putting himself up for that role if the FA were to go down that route. Of course they have done previously. That's how Gareth Southgate got the job, coming through the ranks, being part of England youth setups, and then ultimately getting the senior men's team job, of course. Lee Carsley in that similar vein. We've another goal to tell you about in Czechia. It may not be game done and dusted just yet. Czechia 3-1 up after Tomas Souček's penalty, but Ukraine haven't given up hope yet. They have got one back. Georgi Sudakov has got one back for Ukraine. It is Czechia 3, Ukraine too. Maybe not done and dusted yet. And North Macedonia have added a second in their game. They lead Armenia by 2-0. It's almost like they're knocked down to 10. Bojan Majovski has doubled North Macedonia's lead. They played the whole of the second half down to 10, have North Macedonia. But not affecting them at the moment. That's lovely from Jared Bowen. As the ball cut back, cleared away again. But Alexander-Arnold feeds it round the corner quickly. Eza. Grealish. Lots of bodies in and around the box for England. Cut back to Eza. Now Lewis trying to cut through the very, very compacted penalty area as it comes away again from Finland. Here's Eza looking to make a few touches in the box, but again that strong, rigid defence of Finland clearing the ball away. I have to say, as I said, from Finland's point of view, this is not a game where they think they were awful, they didn't deserve anything, they were terrible in the game. They maybe struggled to get up the field. I have to say, in the second half, we've seen very little of Finland any area of the pitch other than their own half, or at least in their own final third. But I have to be honest, when you're playing against an England side who are this controlling, this dominant, and playing with such great quality, any team is really going to struggle to stop them. They are one of the best in Europe, and as I said, they're an anomaly in this group. They are not on the equal footing of the likes of Ireland and Greece and Finland. They should be in the tier above that, a tier above that type of football. No discredit to any of those three teams, but England are just that level above. They should be facing the likes of a Netherlands or a Germany or a France or a Belgium. Those types of countries is where England should be competing in this competition, and their relegation at the last competition, the last kind of playing of this tournament, kind of put them in this position of maybe easier wins, games they should be winning. But that's not what you go into football for. To just play games where it's pretty simple. They want that competition. These England players have now got a taste of what playing in the top games, the biggest games. You know, this is the generation of an England team that have got to back-to-back Euros finals. So this is a team that wants to win trophies. This is a team that wants to kind of taste success at international level. And I think the expectation is to be promoted from League B and have that chance when the Nations League comes around again in 2 years' time, to kind of say, yeah, we're going to compete, we're going to battle, we're going to try and compete with the biggest nations and win this competition, because it's been a pretty, as I said, a widespread competition. 3 different winners in the 3 editions of this tournament so far. Portugal winning the inaugural version, France then winning the second, and then of course Spain, the holders of the Nations League, winning it in the Netherlands a few years ago. So it's one where it is very competitive. There are multiple countries that have won it. So no one's done it twice in a row, albeit you wouldn't put it past Spain to do it twice with that Spanish side at the moment, as there will be 5 added minutes at the end of the half. Spain side who beat Switzerland by 4-1 the other night in this group, or in their group. They drew away to Serbia, in Matchday 1, so on a beaten start to the group for Spain. The record are the holders. No goals elsewhere as we enter the final few minutes. A reminder for you, Championship action at the weekend on Friday night sees Hull against Sheffield United at the MKM Stadium. And match day 5 of the Championship. We'll run you through all the scores and all the results and all the fixtures for the weekend on that one. And then the North London Derby at the weekend as Tottenham face Arsenal. Arsenal hampered with injuries and a few suspensions as well. Maybe on the back foot in that one, but Tottenham were beaten by Arsenal at the TH last season. 3-2. Is it time for their revenge as England almost find a third as Grealish was darting that one across the 6-yard box. That's the North London Derby as well this weekend. There's been another goal in Dublin. We'll get you there in a moment. As Alexander-Arnold finds Bowen. Again, well closed out. as has been his second goal in Dublin. As I said, Ireland beaten 2-0 at home against England at the weekend, and it looks to be deja vu for the men in green as Greece have doubled their lead. It is Ireland 0, Greece 2. Christos Solis with the second goal to double the Greeks' lead. Another disappointing night, it seems, for those Irish fans who were hoping that there would be an uptick in results under their new regime, but it's not been easy going. 2 home games, and it looks to be 2 defeats to start the Nations League campaign for Ireland. 3 minutes to go here at Wembley. Madueke to Alexander-Arnold. Not in a hurry at the moment, England. Alexander-Arnold across to Colwell. Back to Gurhey. Now back to Pickford. I have to say, albeit 2-0 down, the Finnish fans are still very vocal inside Wembley. I don't think there's many England fans that have stayed the distance, albeit a wet night. Yeah, a lot of them took refuge before the game in the concourse. Not the most excited to come out and sit in the rain, but they've certainly been treated to what has been a pretty good result for England tonight, a pretty good performance as well. And Harry Kane, a night where they can say that they witnessed England's leading goal scorer in his 100th appearance for the country. And certainly showing up with pure power as Finland trying to get a consolation there, but that's really good defending by Mark Gurhey. Steal the ball away, and now England might have a chance up the other end. Here comes Madueke. Noni Madueke tried to sneak it out with a left boot, but just went wide of the left post. Don't forget, once the final whistle goes, in all of our games, we'll round up all the scores, and we'll tell you what that means for each and every group that was involved this evening. 5 groups in action this evening, and our 9 games in total over the night. As England get a free kick here with about 30 seconds to go. A few final whistles being blown around Europe. Andorra have been beaten 1-0 by Malta there, so that's come to a conclusion, but still the other games continue, as this England game will be coming to a close any moment now. Just touching it around midfield, just passing the ball around with ease at the moment are England. Here's Bowen. He has carried it up to the right flank and will be an England throw. But there's no time to take it. Time is up. And England have turned another good performance into another good result, and a night to remember for their leading scorer, Harry Kane. Their captain, his 100th appearance, joins a elite list of English international players that have made 100 appearances for their country. Only 9 had ever done it before Harry Kane. He adds his name to that list. He is already the England leading scorer now with 68 international goals, and he has got 2 of the very best tonight. His first, as I said, will go down in the highlights reels for years to come. He could have got a hat-trick, it wasn't to be, but 2 goals is certainly the next best thing. Final score from Wembley in the Nations League: England 2, Finland 0. And that is the final result. Let's just have a look at where the final whistles are going around the grounds. Elsewhere, we'll start at the top in the early game as Latvia took on the Faroe Islands a bit earlier on in the League C Group 4. As Renars Varslavanus gave Latvia the lead and the only goal of that game in a 1-0 win over the Faroe Islands. So a win for Latvia there. That game in that group, the other game in that group between North Macedonia and Armenia, is still underway, but it doesn't look like the points are going to be going anywhere other than to North Macedonia, who lead 2-0 heading into the final few seconds. Enes Bardi and Bojan Majovski with the both goals for North Macedonia tonight. They were down to 10, by the way. They went down to 10 just before half-time through Joko Zyakov's second yellow card. So North Macedonia down to 10, but it didn't affect them. And with that game coming to a close, let's just tell you how the final table looks after 2 matches then. So North Macedonia lead the way with unbeaten in that group. 1 win, 1 draw from their first 2 games. 4 points, they lead the way. Armenia, who have currently are losing to North Macedonia, they're in second on 3 points. Ahead of Latvia, also on 3 points, but their better goal difference are Armenia. And the Faroe Islands, just with a singular point after they drew a Matchday 1 against North Macedonia. They sit bottom of that group. To the next game on our list, Hungary and Bosnia. Bosnia were beaten 5-2 by the Netherlands in Amsterdam a few days ago, but they have kept a clean sheet against a Hungary side who have been massively frustrated tonight. 21 shots for a Hungary side that were dominating that game, but no goal to show for it. 0-0, the final score there. Also in that group in League A, the only League A game, League A group in action tonight, Hungary, Bosnia and Netherlands, Germany also ended in a draw, this time a score draw, as the Netherlands took the lead inside 2 minutes. Tijani Reinders with the opener. Dennis Undav and Joshua Kimmich's goals turned it on its head at half time to make it 2-1 Germany at the break, before Denzel Dumfries with the only goal of the second half to rescue a point for the Dutch. It finished 2-2. So that group in League A, Group 3, stands as follows. Germany lead the way on 4 points. Netherlands also on 4 points, but Germany a better goal difference of +5 to the Netherlands +3. Bosnia in third on 1 point, and Hungary on 1 point as well. Hungary yet to score in the group after 2 games. A win, a defeat and a draw to start their campaign is not how they would have wanted to start. That's how that group finished. Next, Albania. Georgia got off to a perfect start at the weekend, beating Czechia by 4-1, and they've gone on to bolster that start with another victory in Albania tonight, as they beat Albania by 1-0. The goal scored by Georgi Koshrashvili, with the only goal of the night for Georgia to give them the lead and ultimately the win. It means they top the group after they beat Albania tonight. Czechia do get the win over Ukraine, ultimately. A late scare from Ukraine, but not to be anything out of it for them in the end. Pavel Sulch opened the scoring for Czechia before Vladislav Vanat equalised for Ukraine. Pavel Sulch then retook the lead for Czechia before they made it 3-1 late in the second half through Tomas Soucek's penalty, before a late scare, as I said, for Georgi Sudakov gave Ukraine ultimately only a consolation goal. It finished 3-2, and that group looks as follows. Georgia leading the way, 2 wins out of 2 for Georgia, who top that group at the moment. Albania in second on 3 points, and Czechia also in third on 3 points, with Ukraine without a single point. Lost their first 2 games and are bottom of that group after 2 games. England 2, Finland 0. Harry Kane with both goals, and Ireland beaten 2-0 at home by Greece. That's just finished, as Fotis Ioannidis and Christos Solis gave Greece the 2 goals and the 3 points. It means Greece and England are top of that group. Greece ultimately just a better goal difference than England, but both on 6 points, 2 wins from their first 2, and Ireland and Finland second, third and fourth in that group, both without a singular point. They will face each other next, those 2, so that'll be a real good battle to come. And then Latvia 1, Faroe Islands 0, North Macedonia 2, Armenia 0, and the final result of the night sees Andorra beaten by Malta by 1-0. Ryan Kamanzuli with the first half goal has give Malta the victory. There's only 3 teams in this group in League D, Group 2, the bottom division of the Nations League. Moldova, of course, won their first game. They have didn't play this evening, of course, with only 3 games in the group, 3 teams in the group, so Moldova still lead the way on 3 points. Malta are now, after 2 games, on 3 points. And Andorra, beaten in their first match, they sit bottom of the group. But it will be Moldova and Andorra who will play next. That is it from our games tonight. 9 results and all of their group standings wrapped up. Just to tell you that we will be back for the Nations League in October. 2 more match days to come for you, match day 3 and match day 4, between the 10th and 15th of October in the next international break. And if you're going to miss it's going to be about a few weeks before that comes around. Exactly a month, actually, before that one comes around. Until then, we have domestic action returning as the Championship returns this weekend on Friday night as Hull City host Sheffield United Friday night at 8 o'clock. That's it tonight. A night where England's centurion Harry Kane got 2, made it a brace to make it a perfect night at Wembley. Good night.